I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everything's forgivable, but certain things are not. They're forgivable, unforgettable.
Just never thought I'd see it like this. Like, nah. He's like the gatekeeper to the game. Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties. There was nowhere to go.
But I wish the best for everyone involved. You know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
Diddy has been arrested for running a huge crime ring, yet some people, including himself, think he's innocent. So let's take a look at the few who have been defending the star and what he's actually being accused of. Now, starting off, we have his family. Now, this isn't too shocking, as I mean a lot of families support each other, but even with all the evidence, they are standing by him. In a joint Instagram post, Diddy's children Quincy Brown, Justin Combs, King Combs, Chance Combs, and twins Jesse and Delilah Combs showed support for their father. The past month has devastated our family, they started off. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, conspiracy theories, and false narratives that have spiraled into absurdity on social media. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail, and nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad, the statement read. Now, all of Diddy's adult children, as well as his mother, have attended at least one of his hearings in New York federal court. Justin and King Combs were also detained, but not arrested at their father's Los Angeles home, while federal agents raided the property in March. Misa Hilton, the mother of Justin Combs, shared a time-lapse video from inside the LA raid, condemning the authorities for their excessive use of force. Now, it's not too shocking that they are supporting him, and we'll just have to see how all of this goes when more victims come forward, and his trial that's set to take place on May 5th, 2025. Someone else who is defending him is Ray J. Ray J was recently interviewed by Chris Cuomo on News Nation Cuomo, and he opened up about his relationship with Diddy, having gone to many of his parties. Ray J was adamant though that everything at the parties was normal. We've never seen the stuff that's being said and the stuff people are finding out, like I've never been in the rooms that people are talking about, and I never knew they existed, he said. A lot of people in the industry can agree with me on that sense. He continued by saying, we just need to use it as a moment to reflect, not to criticize, but find a better way to move forward as leaders, individuals in this culture that we're in right now. But just because Ray J didn't see the crimes happening doesn't mean that they weren't. According to former music industry insider Tom Swoop, he had been to the parties and he posted about this on his YouTube channel. He broke down how the parties worked for the viewers and claimed that the parties were separated into tiers of access. There was general admission, then a series of tiers ending with entrance to the inner circle, where the so-called real partying went on. Now, this allegedly included humiliating male and female guests on the promise of record deals or money. Now, it sounds like Ray J was a part of the general admissions tier and wasn't exposed to all the bad things happening behind closed doors. Then there's Bow Wow. I never thought I would see it like this, the rapper recently said during a guest appearance on the More to the Story podcast with Rossi Diaz. He's like the gatekeeper to the game, to the point where Bet Award weekend, like the past two, it just didn't feel right because there was no motion, there was no parties. While Bow Wow didn't mention Diddy's freak-off parties, he continued, it's like a whole. He was such a gatekeeper for the liquor and the clubs. He was everything hip-hop. So for that to die out, you just never really thought, especially when you look at somebody as somebody you studied, somebody you idolized. He also sympathized with Diddy's children, and social media did not hold back. Now, Bow Wow reportedly had a close bond with Diddy, having signed with Bad Boy Records in 2015. However, things got tense between the two in 2022 when Diddy was spotted with Bow Wow's ex and the mother of his child, Joey Chavez, according to Distractify. Now, by 2023, Bow Wow told the Baller Alert show that they had settled things privately. We had our powwow, you feel me, and we handled it in the way we was supposed to handle it, he shared. Then there's Diddy himself. Yep, he believes that he is innocent. On September 16th, Diddy was arrested for various crimes, but he pleaded not guilty to the charges. His lawyers then issued a statement claiming the investigation is part of an unjust prosecution. "We are disappointed with the decision to pursue what we believe is an unjust prosecution of Mr. Combs by the U.S. Attorney's Office," Diddy's attorney Mark Agfillo told Us Weekly in a statement. "Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the black community." He added by saying, "He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. Now that's what Diddy said, and while some celebrities have defended him, others are actually staying silent. There have been many connections with Ashton Kutcher, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Justin Bieber when it comes to Diddy. Now none of these people have directly spoken out about the issues, but anonymous sources have addressed what's going on behind the scenes. An insider source revealed to Daily Mail that Ashton Kutcher absolutely regrets his friendship with Diddy, considering what has happened. He feels lied to, betrayed, taken for granted, and manipulated. They continued by saying, "Everyone who is close to Diddy fears the possibility of him making up false allegations to clear his own name. Although Kutcher is frightened by the prospect of being involved in the case, he's also prepared to completely cooperate with the authorities because he has nothing to hide." And according to reports, Beyonce and Jay-Z are taking a cautious approach regarding their public association with Diddy. A source close to the couple spoke to In Touch Weekly and said that the couple will remain quiet. They've remained conspicuously silent following the news of Diddy's indictment. There's already talk about what they knew, and if it got out, it could prove embarrassing. The source then adds, "Few, if anyone, have rushed to Diddy's defense. The last thing Bey and Jay want is to implicate themselves, so they're going to stay quiet." Then a source close to Leonardo DiCaprio says that he has not been in contact with Combs for years, saying he never attended freak-offs and has nothing to do with the case. Now, the pair were last seen together in 2019 when Leo attended Diddy's 50th birthday party. Now, the source went on to say Leonardo DiCaprio has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. He attended a few of his parties back in the early 2000s, but literally everyone did. They were not freak-offs, they were big house parties. Leo was at the start of his career at the time and has moved way past his partying. He has nothing to do with any of that world, so for anyone to assume that he'll get roped into this based on a few grainy photos that are more than 20 years old is ridiculous. And finally, according to a Us Weekly source, Justin Bieber feels disgusted by the accusations against his former mentor. They added that Justin advised to stay as far away as possible from anything and everything related to the now incarcerated rapper and producer. Another source for the same publication added that he's in a hard place mentally right now as he struggles to come to terms with the allegations against Diddy. The bond he shared with Diddy makes the accusations against him particularly tough to stomach, the source outlined. Now, contrary to this, a lot of celebrities have spoken out against Diddy and have come forward saying they were victims of the star. A lot of these crimes happened at his parties and what were called freak-offs. Now, we've recently learned that Diddy had all guests sign NDAs. The document release shows that guests were issued strict rules on discussing Diddy, his associates, and any of the activities or individuals present at his events. The NDA reportedly forbids guests from sharing any information about Diddy, his family members, current or former partners, or friends. Under the agreement, attendees are restricted from taking photographs, filming, or recording anything at these events without his written consent. Now, this restriction also extends to posting on social media, with the NDA listing specific platforms where guests are not allowed to share unauthorized content. Now, the agreement goes further, barring attendees from conducting interviews, writing books, or disseminating any details about the parties or Diddy's private life without prior written consent. Now, in a unique provision, the NDA is enforceable for either 70 years or the artist's lifetime plus an additional 20 years, whichever is longer a duration, far exceeding standard NDAs. Now, there are at least 27 7 victims who have spoken out against Diddy in lawsuits, and at a news conference, Texas-based attorney Tony Busby said he's representing 120 accusers with allegations against the entertainment mogul that go back more than 20 years. Now, the lawyer said more than 3,000 individuals have come forward to his office with accusations against Diddy. Now, the evidence against him is astounding, and I can't believe anyone would think he is innocent. Well, that's all for our list of celebrities who still believe Diddy is innocent. Now, do you think Diddy is guilty? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host Emily, and we'll see you next time.